Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to day 9 of the cryptocurrency challenge. If you missed day 8, no sweat, so did I. There was no video yesterday. So, anyway, the cryptocurrency markets are, I would say, settling down, getting kind of back into a little bit of a normal groove after the Bitcoin gold fork. Now, the Bitcoin gold fork, it's not supported yet. Okay, so what I mean by this is the fork has already happened, but until November 1st, which we're a few days away from that, there is not officially any support for, buying, selling, trading wallets and such. So if you are, well, let me just say that if you are trying to complete your fork right now, doing it manually, and you're using a wallet out there that you found somewhere, it's a little bit of a possibility that it's a scam. And so far, what I can tell is that there are no legitimate wallets out there yet that support Bitcoin Gold. And so, got to wait till after the 1st. Now, some of the exchanges have said that they will be supporting this and that they're going to fork it for you, which is awesome. And then, like myself, I put all of my stuff in a wallet, and where I hold the private key. And now I'm waiting, and I've kind of got that money stuck in there until I can do this fork. I don't know if I could use that Bitcoin before doing the fork or not. I actually don't understand all of that 100%, and it looks like I really need the other network to come online in order to fork it properly. So, so far, the forking experience has not been too great for me. It's highly technical, and there are exchanges that are saying that they're doing it for people and stuff, and that's awesome. And I may just do that next time. The technology in this area is not very mature, meaning that it is, I'm going into some of the stuff kind of blind, and I'm following, instructions that are written by someone who I can't find any evidence of other people having been successful with it and everything. So at this point, I'm waiting until November 1st to complete that, and I have tied up a bunch of Bitcoin just waiting. So now, Coinbase says that it will be supporting the SegWit 2X or X2, I don't remember, fork, and that is coming up approximately November 16th. There's also, if you saw my last video, there's some real danger with this, as it may be part of an attempted coup on Bitcoin. So that is troubling, and we have to be, I don't know that we can do anything about it. Other than go along for the ride and try and make the best decisions possible to see what happens. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at my video from yesterday or the day before about the warning on Coinbase, and I think that I made it pretty clear how that's working. So, anyway, I went ahead and made some changes. I took a look at Bitcoin, and I just decided that I've been flip-flopping around. It's not good for my money health and everything. And so, we started this challenge on what, the 18th or something like that. By the way, if you're doing this challenge after the fact, you can just follow along your day number and everything, and to, do the challenge for yourself, to prove it to yourself. So just because you've missed the start date of when we started this does not mean that you cannot do it daily yourself. So, and I designed it that way intentionally, knowing that not everybody would make the start date. So Bitcoin has been up and down all over the place, and I was upside down. I had bought in at 61.69, which was terrible, terrible, terrible. And I had been trying to at least get up to that point to cash out, thinking that it would hit that. It has not hit that in several days. And so finally, I decided that I just had to cut my losses and try and make up those losses in future profits. And so my challenge experience so far, I am paying for my education. I'm down 10%. And I know there are a lot of you that are up 10% or more, and that's awesome. So more power to you. And in fact, my wife, so she is up as well. Now I am sitting at, as of yesterday, I am sitting at 92.03. And, but that's not, I feel okay about that, having dumped out of Bitcoin. I sold it at 5,900 range, which isn't too bad for the last several days. And then I started trading in Litecoin and some Ethereum and everything. And I made almost all of the loss back off of that. But I still have a long way to go. So I'm actually under the gun now. And, you know, it's just the way it is. So we'll see what happens today, because Bitcoin doesn't matter anymore at the moment. Litecoin is what I've been trading in. So now it looks like I made another purchase here of 54.5, and so 0.1, and then I'm doing just $1. 55.5 is what I'm selling it for now, and I'm doing 0.1 on each time. I'm making 10 cents a trade. So, you know, to make up to my baseline of $100 again, seriously, I have to do 100 swaps at 10 cents. So, you know, how's that working out? Well, we're just going to have to see. So I've got a bunch of stuff ready to sell in here. I feel comfortable in Litecoin at these lower ranges in the 53 to 55 range. I feel comfortable in buying, and because it's been floating around up in there, up and down, and so if I can do a turnover of each one of these, I don't know how many buy orders I have in here, or sell orders now, but it's 15 or so, and so if I can start turning these over once a day like that, and making the 10 cents on each one of them, I'll be very happy with that, because that actually will be more than 1% a day. And if I can start growing back up and maybe get lucky a couple of times, I can catch up to where we're supposed to be. So it doesn't concern me, doesn't bother me too much that it's going down right here. It looks like I'm almost about to make another purchase. That'll be the last of my orders that I have in there. If it continues to go down further, which it might, I wish I had more money to play with, because I would like to actually, just keep doing this $1 spread on both sides. And I thought about doing 0.01 each time, which is the lowest amount that you can do in GDAX, but I'm only making a penny per trade then. And so it's not worth my time. 10 cents is maybe not worth my time as well, but for proving the point, it's worth my time. I would rather that I was actually doing this with a whole coin, and that I had, the ability to have, 150 or so, buy points. I want to go all the way down to like 50 and sit in the range all the way up to like 57, 58 on the sell, and just keep floating back and forth in that range. So anyway, I'm doing it with 0.01 right now. I don't have as many buys as I'd like to make, and or I'm making it 0.1 right now. I could go to 0.05, and I could get double the amount in there, and I'd make 5 cents a trade. And the important thing in here is to be doing conversions. So it's not as important, the dollar amount, as it is to be doing conversions. Now, there's also a thing of that on GDAX here, that when you use the limit buys and sells, that you're not paying a fee on those. And that's one thing that makes this so attractive to use GDAX, because the other exchanges charge a fee on every single one of them, even the limit orders. And I don't know if there's any others that don't charge these fees. So, this is part of why GDAX is probably so popular, but they only support Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And these really coins, as I'm learning more, these coins are really seen as currency. And you're like, no, duh. Yeah, I know. But what I mean by that is that these are considered to be like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Gold standard, and Litecoin, Bitcoin Silver standard, something like that. Equate it back to playing WoW, where, Bitcoin is the gold coin, and then you have silver and copper coins or whatever. And, these are the other ones. So they're all valid. And in fact, if you look at them in the value of them, I mean, so Bitcoin is worth, 5,700 right now. Ethereum is worth 295 right now. And, and Litecoin is worth 5,450 right now. And so if you think about it in this way, it really translates well into what I'm about to show you. And that is that I have been trading a lot of other cryptocurrencies, a lot of other altcoins, primarily at the direction of the group that I'm in, the Reddit link that is in the description. And they are a group that charges. There's a free period where you can test things out and look for yourself, but they do charge. And so the price is not too bad, but on the 100, if you're doing the challenge and you're limiting yourself to $100 in play, you can't afford this group because it does cost. And so it's not an outrageous price, and I am using it to learn. But I'm not including any of this as part of the challenge. Now, these are all the different coins that I'm in. Most of them are at the recommendation of the pro traders in the group, and I'm doing okay with it. I started out at about 220, and I'm at 228 at the moment. You'll see that and that shows right up here on the US dollars, but nothing here really is US dollars. That's just in that spot that you see it. Everything else here is Bitcoin or Ethereum. And so when I said think of them as currencies, they are the currency here in this exchange. And so now it's 228.12. If I refresh this, 228.84. It kind of bounces around quite a bit. And I'm doing okay on some of these. Some of these, I'm not. And some of them I'm, holding for a period of time. Some of them are looking to be a quick flip. Including, it looks like I got here. So I got some Zcash, which I purchased today. And let's see here. Limit buy. Yeah, this was today. I bought 0.03. It's really not very much, but really I'm just testing this stuff out. And so I bought it at 0.041 Bitcoin. So let's see here. And so they're recommending to sell it at 0.045. So the recommended buy was at 0.415. I actually think I got it a little bit lower than that. I did. I got it at 413. And so now I'm going to put it up for sale again at, let's see here, at 4.5. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this number right here. Oh, I have a sell order right here already. Oh, did I? I already bought it and put it up for sale. Pfft, look at that. Okay, I had already done it. So I didn't realize it had already filled. So anyway, got that. Now, it's gone down a little bit since I purchased, but that's okay because I happen to know Zcash very well. This is what I've been mining, and I've done a lot of research on Zcash. So I have no doubt that it's going to come back up again and that I will sell this. This market has been pretty good that way. So, and it had a dip here and everything. And I don't remember what caused that dip, but I do recall that. And then it's coming back up. And this is a pretty healthy pattern of growth here. So now I'm no expert, but this right here looks really nice. And I think it meets patterns that I'm seeing that are successful. So, you know, we just have to wait and see on where that's going. It could level off right here, but it'll go up again. I'm not too worried about making my flip on this in, you know, like hours. If it takes a couple of days, I'm okay with that. So now, you know, I look at in here, and this is Bittrex, by the way, which charges for every trade, even on limit orders. And the charges are not very much. They're a quarter of 1%. And so you just got to make sure that you're making, you know, if you're making at least 1% on a trade, you're still making 0.5% overall. Why does that math work? It's because you're paying 1/4% on the buy, and then you're paying 1/4% on the sell as well. So that leaves you with 0.5% that you have spent in fees for a complete, you know, cycle. And so if you're making 1% or more, then, you know, you've made 0.5%. Now, if you make 10%, then you've made 9.5%. So you just got to pay attention to that, and it's not too hard. It's not too hard. In fact, let me just show you my Vertcoin here, which is doing stupendous today. And in fact, I'm about to sell again. I am going to move my camera here so that you can see the right-hand side here. And so let me show you here. So I bought at we're going to call this 610, 600, and 656. And then so the 610, I sold it for 786. So that's a really healthy jump up there. And let's see, that is, no, actually I bought it at 65. These other ones are straight five. So I bought this at 656 and sold for 786. And so when I purchased it, it was 293. And when I sold it for 394 or 349. So I would say that that's 15% or something like that. Not too bad. So then I have these two orders that I bought, and it was 5 coins each. And again, these are not huge dollar amounts, but I'm really testing the market on this. And so I bought this at 600 and 610, and I have 2 sell orders here, one for 880 and one for 980. And so, you know, 610 to 880, that is a very good jump. I don't know, you know, what is that, 20-some% or whatever. And then this one's going to be 30% or so. And you know, I'm about to hit this next one. So now how long ago did I buy that? Let's look at that. So I bought this, let's see, the 26th is when I set those. So I bought these on the 22nd. And today is the 28th, so 6 days later. So 6 days making 20%. I'm okay with that. I really am okay with that. So we had planned on the advice in the group, which is not always correct. Let me just keep this real. The advice in the group that I'm in is not always correct, but I'm taking them as good indicators on things. So, and really we thought we were going to be able to flip it around in one day when we bought those, and then it didn't happen. So didn't quite hit the marks. Came close, but didn't quite hit the marks. And so then I've sat on it for an additional 5 days. And now it looks like, given this trend, I may very well sell this today. Although it could go up, you know, I'm asking 880 on that. You know, it could go up to 879 and then fall back down. And I will not have sold. And I could sell it right now to make a profit, but I'm just sticking to my plan. I'm not going, you know, mental, you know, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to miss my opportunity. Oh my God. I'm not doing that. And it leads to bad decisions. Make your logical plan and stick to it. And if conditions change, then decide what you're going to do, like how I dumped out of Bitcoin. And because I needed to get the money moving again, it was clear to me that it was most likely, in the near-term future that nothing was going to happen. And so I just had to make that choice. But that was actually after days of thinking about that and not an immediate decision. And I have also once, while I was live on the show, that's when I made that purchase. I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that. I'm like seeing it out of the corner of my eye going, oh, I got to pay attention to that. Oh, I got to pay attention to that. Keep your complete focus on this stuff. It's money. Don't be dumb. So take the time to think about things. You don't have to act right away. Think about it, at least for a few minutes, if not overnight, when you're going to dump out of something. So unless all the indicators are really, really clear, but you are losing money when you do that. See, you could just hold on to it. And here's why. So like this Trig token, which has just gone down, down, down since I bought it. It was looking good earlier, and now it's not so good. And I am way upside down in this. Overall, I'm okay on my stuff, but I am upside down in this. And so, you can see here I bought at 158, 183, 197, and it is at 11. It's at 118 right now. And so I'm very upside down in this. And, I have these to sell here to make a decent amount of profit. And I've thought about, okay, maybe I should just dump out of them and move on. Well, it's also one of my bigger holdings that I have in here. And so I don't know that that's a good idea. And let's see here. So given this overall pattern here, maybe I should just hold on to it, and eventually it'll come back up here again. How long will it take? I don't know. So, this goes back to really the first of the month. And, do I think it's going to hit again? Yeah, but I'm going to have to wait a while on this one. So I decided I wasn't going to dump out of it. I'm changing this one into a long-term play. And so that's just the way it's going to have to be. If I'm really, upset about this or whatnot, maybe change these sell orders to be, just 1% above what I bought them for, or right at what I bought them for, and take just a little bit of a loss. But I'm not going to dump out on that. I just don't see any point in it. I can wait. So anyway, I'm getting to learn a lot about a lot of different coins here. And different coins have different structures. They have different things that they focus on, and there are different reasons for them. I think that that coins that have a purpose are coins that have legs, meaning that they're going somewhere. The Me Too coins, I just don't have much faith in them. There's got to be a purpose for them, and there's got to be a need in the marketplace. Now, the problem here is that I think that we are going to see, here's what we're going to see. We are going to see a ton of new coins coming out over the next year, and it's going to totally flood the market. And so what happens when that happens is that as all of these new coins appear, the pool gets bigger, but where do you put your money at? How do you know where to put your money at? And with the attention being divided across so many things, it's just going to create a lot of noise. And there's going to be a lot of opportunity for really bad decisions on our part on investing. Some of these coins are just going to go in the dumps. So a lot of these coins that we're dealing with are, more than a year old. But I really think in 2018, we're going to go somewhere between 3 and 10 times as many coins out there as what there is right now. And that's going to be a problem for the market, because then none of them can get the attention that they need, and it all gets very diluted, and so there's going to be a whole bunch of losers in that. So we're just going to have to be careful with that, and we're going to have to pay attention. So my belief is a coin has to have a purpose. If I can't find the purpose of the coin, then I can't support it. And case in point, I was asked by one of the coin companies contacted me, and they offered to pay me in their coin for a honest review of their coin and their technology. And so I actually did some research to see whether or not I wanted to, whether or not I thought that would be okay. And what it boiled down to was that I couldn't find the purpose for the coin. So since I couldn't find the purpose, and since its volumes were pretty low, I ended up sending it back to them. I was like, I don't see the purpose for this. If there is one, you got to let me know what it is. And if there's some sort of benefit coming up from it, well, then let me know, because then we can talk. But I don't see any reason for it, and so it's not something that I would invest in. And so that's kind of how, that's just how I roll. I don't make recommendations on things I don't think are okay. Or let me put it a different way. I don't make recommendations on things that I myself would not consider for myself. And so I couldn't see any reason to buy this coin. So, it's just, that's the way it is. I would love for them to send me some of their currency, and then I'd convert it into Bitcoin. But see, what's the point of that? The point of it is that if I'm really going to review their technology and stuff and do a video about it, is that I have to think that there's something there. And as it is, there's not. So anyway, okay, that is it for today. Do, in the comments, let me know how you are doing. Are you up or are you down? By what percentage? And find us in the Discord group, which there's a link in the description. Also, you can join us in the Reddit group, and that's where the pro traders are. But as I said, they give a free trial into their trading group thing, but it is a paid thing, so should know that getting in. Okay, that is it for today. We'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully my percentages are up. I don't know. I'm going to be really happy. Oh, I bought that other one too. So, yep. Okay, everything. Wow. So that is, now I just got to sell all of this. It'll happen. Okay. Take care, everybody, and see you all tomorrow. May you make good profits. Think of the Grand Negus saying that.